Here with Dirk Marivoet. Welcome, Dirk. I am Hana Hnilickova in Prague, Czech Republic, and I am very happy that Dirk will pop up in the middle of November here, and he will introduce his approach named Core Strokes. So he will give a workshop here for 3 days, and I want to ask you, Dirk. What is it, these core strokes? How do you think we can introduce to the people who may be interested in the body psychotherapy work or hands-on body work connected with psychotherapy? How can you introduce this approach?
Yeah, good question, Hannah. It's always difficult to explain, what we experience in practice. But like you, I come from the tradition of core energetics, which is a neo-Reichian, well, a post-Reichian approach founded by John Pirakos, bringing the bioenergetics, the opening of the body armor, the release of tensions in the body, and then connecting that with spirituality. So this is one foundational father I'm working with or working from. And then the other work I was strongly influenced by is the work developed by Jack Painter, which is postural integration, energetic integration, pelvic heart integration. So I brought these things together like a furthering of the Reichian insights, basically, what Wilhelm Reich started working with, the problem of growth, how people resist growth, and how we can help people grow and heal through the body.
Mhm.
So to do that, we need to work with emotions and we need to work with movement and breath. And we need to work especially with the relationship so that the holding container exists for whatever people need to bring out from within themselves that they are holding in a secure space. So we work in a trauma-informed way. And so I came up with this name, Core Strokes. I took the core from core energetics, which in one way you can read as the center of right energy. So it's the core, it's like your truth, it's your deepest truth, and it comes from the best place in you. In other words, it has to do with compassion and love and wisdom. And we try to be wise with what we engage with in the relationship. And strokes comes from, that's a term I borrowed from Eric Berne. He's the founder of transactional analysis. And his definition of a stroke is a unit of recognition or unit of attention. So we want to pay attention to what exactly needs help in a person to be processed so that they can grow and they can heal and they can be more of themselves in a healthy way. And we have a lot of uh, theoretical maps that the founding fathers of body psychotherapy already starting 150 years ago with Pierre Janet and Sigmund Freud, and then we had Carl Jung, and then we have John Pirakos and Alexander Low, and we go on and we go on, and so we try to evolve. We
And we get
evolve.
all the way to Dirk Marivoet. At this moment, yes. At this
Yes,
moment,
that's
yes.
right.
So it sounds very like yes, I want this, more of me, like more to be more myself. This is something that is good to hear, right?
Mm.
And I am also interested how to introduce the breath, the breathing part of your work. So there is uh, I read an article from you about energetic breath cycle. Can you say a little bit more so that people can imagine what are we going to experience during the workshop?
Okay. So the energetic breath cycle is also seeded, the origins of it are also with my first mentor, actually, which is Jack Painter. And he had the insight, the deep insight that he could further Wilhelm Reich's 4-beat formula, which is if you want to transform uh, holding patterns into free-flowing energy, because holding patterns hold energy, you need to work with the tension, you need to connect with the tension that is in the holding, and then you need to charge energy through movement, through breath, through expression with the voice also. So to charge the system bioelectrically, and then we go to a discharge of what is held. So it needs energy to be released, and then we come to resolution or relaxation. And through being informed by the trauma theories and the trauma work that appeared in the 1990s, 1980s already, Jack, he made a 9-step formula.
Mhm.
So naming breath phases, like we start with a secure breath, which is, if you're just present, you can connect with yourself, you can connect with what is around you. So there's a bridge between the inner world and the outer world. And if this bridge and these worlds are secure or made secure, and we can work in a way that we can make them secure, then our breath is secure, it's relaxed. So we don't need to go anywhere, we don't need to do anything, we can just be what we are and connect with our potential. And this potential is, yeah, can become anything. It's just allowing creative energy also basically to move forward and to express our genetic potential, basically. So then it goes on to the nurturing breath. It's the second phase, which um, is more charging. It's breathing in more than we breathe out. So we build up strength, we build up power, energy, and we see that as feminine. So it's like speaking about the receptive side we have. It
So
also
we are
doesn't need
receiving, right? We are receiving in
the
that breath,
taking in, yeah,
taking in.
the capacity to take in. And these are steps that many people have forgotten about. So how to be secure, how to be just without doing, and then how to replenish themselves, how to fill the reservoirs inside, how to help the physiology, the mitochondria, and make the energy, how they need to, yeah, we can help them charging. So it's an important step. And then if we have enough charge, we're nourished enough, we can come to activity. We call that then the exploring breath. So we can go into the world and we can become expressive. We can explore the world. We can use our emotional seeking circuit to see what is there and what we want to interact with and how we want to maybe create something, how we want to find satisfaction also in playing with the world, in interacting with the world. So that's another emotional circuit. And so this is more masculine, it's going into the world. So it's an outward going energy, it's more active, but also without force. So many people are active, but they're in overactivation.
Mm.
So the sympathetic nervous system, which is one side of the autonomic nervous system, is then too much on. And we see these days how many people are rushing and fighting their way through life,
And
competing and all.
these two also correlate somehow because when you overdo, then you can be
Mhm.
very depleted also. And then,
Exactly.
do we know how to fill ourselves to have enough? Are we really going from the space that we have
Mhm.
enough? And then we
Mhm.
go to the world. So here I see uh, something very practical, like how to go to the world from a better place.
It is very practical. Our approach is very practical. And you are basically speaking about how to find the right balance
Hmm.
between the intake, the rest, the intake, and then the output. And this needs awareness and consciousness so that, and through the body, this can be reached. It's not an abstract concept, it's a very practical way of feeling, the charge, uh, learning about the signals in the body that signal now I have energy, I have built up energy, we can feel that, and then I can spend the energy that I have. If I spend more energy than I have a negative economy. So I'm depleting myself. And there are also signs we see through the body. And many people who go too far in this, they reach a moment when they feel fatigued and
Yes.
then become chronically fatigued, or they
Or
feel
or the burnout,
tired.
nowadays,
Right.
the topic is the burnout. It's not so rare.
Exactly. So that's a sign of imbalance. It's a sign that this inner world needs care. This inner world needs to be replenished, and we need to be, yeah, filling it with nature. We need to fill our nature with the elements that
Mm.
bring life to the inner world. Mm.
Can you go a little bit farther with the energetic breath cycle? We are in the step
Mm.
3. Can you
Right.
name what are the other steps? Because to me, it sounds like, okay, I have enough and I can go to the world. So
Yeah.
what's next?
Right. What's next is that you can be free when you are able to breathe in fully and you learn to feel your whole body. Also we at some point will need to release some contractions, some blockages, as we call it, some places where we cut ourselves in fragments, where we become fragmented in the body. So we need to bring the whole body together, and then we can have a whole body to breathe in and a whole body to express from. So we explore how we can use our whole body to be engaging with the world. And so this is the definition basically of becoming free energetically. When I'm able to breathe in and breathe out, I'm free. And then there's a next step. So the masculine and the feminine, they interchange, and then we can have them interact. You see, we want the feminine, the receptive side, and the active side in us to find a dialogue in themselves.
Mm.
And this we call then the exciting breath. It's the attraction of the polarities of the masculine and the feminine. In the genders, in the sexes, we have the attraction of the masculine for the feminine. But inside, we are androgynous creatures, so we can appreciate or talk to the feminine side, that how much we appreciate what it does for us to take in, to be soft, to be warm, to be caring. So to have appreciation for that from the male side, which is then the side in us that can do, that can perform, that can um, be manu- manual and apply things.
To
And this
me,
becomes
this,
the,
sorry,
yeah,
to me, this exciting breath, the way you put it together, feels, it would be very healing if we have more of this, balance and this interaction and this exciting breath out in the world, like the feminine part that is in balance with the masculine part. Uh, this is what came to me when you were speaking about this.
it's so true. It's what I'm doing all my life already.
Yeah.
To help, yeah, start with yourself. And then if we
Yes.
all do a little bit in that harmonizing and connecting, these polarities within ourselves.
Hmm.
So it's an exciting process. So it just raises energy. And so that's a good start for communities, and
Yes.
it's a good start within yourself in the relationship from self to self. And this also becomes mirrored in the relationship from me to other, to the other.
Yes, I can imagine that. If it's really in harmony in you, then you will see it, right,
Mhm.
around you as
Mhm.
well.
Right, right, right. Because then I can, recognize, I can give a unit of recognition, a stroke, when I see something, is given to me and I recognize that. So it's coming from the giving part, the masculine part. And then I say, okay, I have an option here. I can take it or leave it. I like to take it. If it's good, I want to take it. So that then I need to really opening myself to be
Yeah.
receptive
And
and
I
vice versa.
see in the world, I really see in the world that so much is coming and we don't know how to receive it. Like there is a lot we already have or a lot that is coming and we don't know how to receive it. And we are searching and searching for something different,
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and who knows whether we will find the it, that will fit, you know.
Mm.
So this sounds also like something that is necessary for the bigger, for
Mm.
the individual and for the bigger.
Yeah, this, what you say basically comes also with the plenitude of things we can see we could benefit from. But maybe it's too much, it's overwhelming.
Yes.
And we can call upon what, the here and now. What is it that I would appreciate right now, and how to get that, how to bring that in. If I feel myself, I can maybe feel I'm thirsty.
Mhm.
I'm thirsty for water. That's a literal thing, but I'm maybe thirsty for, breathing together with
Mhm.
someone, or just breathing with the elements in nature. So, in simplifying, the multitude to make, yeah, to become more precise in what I need and what I want to give, what will really contribute. It's not in the multitude of things that
Yeah.
maybe we do the best move, but with the right gesture, the
Mm.
right touch, the right word.
Mm.
Doesn't need to be much,
Mm.
and the right gaze and the right recognition. So,
It already, soothes me.
mm,
This the how you speak, it already soothes me, like I can get what fits to me. It's a kind of attune. It's about attunement, being attuned
mm,
to to
okay.
myself and my needs and what is too
Mhm,
much and what is the right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
The simplifying, makes it more
mhm,
easy
yes, yes,
as I hear it from you.
yes, yes, yes. And so, in simplifying things, the most simple thing that can happen is that you really feel yourself. But it's such a hard thing. It's so difficult to reach.
So we are in this is absurdity of life, no?
This is absurdity of life. Yeah,
It's absurdity of life.
yeah,
So can you say a little bit more about the last two steps? And then I also want to speak about fascia because this is also big part of the
mm,
work.
yeah.
So that we can also mention that in this small interview.
Okay. So very quickly, if the masculine and the feminine, they dialogue at first, and then they can merge. So we call this the orgastic breath, which
Hmm.
is, the unification. The thesis and the antithesis, the two polarities, they become a new synthesis. So there comes a child out of the meeting of uh, the unification of the parents, and there comes, an unification out of the unification of the inner masculine and feminine polarity. There comes also a new creation. There's something new appearing, and it's like aha. It's a aha moment. And then we bring that to the, yeah, like a non-dual, you are now beyond the duality. And so you become in a non-dual state, which we call ecstatic.
Mm.
And we see that all the time happening in sessions, also in work we do, when people release and they don't fight anymore, they come to peace with themselves. It's like they can be more forgiving, more accepting for whatever has been difficult for them, and they were maybe rejecting it or they were pushing it out. So to allow also the dark side in you, to allow also the not so loved side, huh? And then to own all this, to own all that you are. Core energetics, we speak about owning your lower self, and then there is the mask personality, and then we have the higher self. So to have to give a place to all that and to be really deeply connected to that. It's a lot of work, but then we get there. And
Yes.
then the next step is to surrendering breath. So we come down from the higher energies and we bring what we learned from the work, from the inner work, from the work we do in the group, we bring that back into the world. You know, there's something new we can try. There's something new we can see. There's something new we can strengthen in the world, and that, and to surrender to that.
Mm.
And then we can find new rest. Then there's a resting phase. And then the cycle starts all over again.
Mm. So, do you
Mm.
think participants in this workshop will leave the room after 3 days with, having something new, like surrendering to
Mhm.
some, let's say, new reality, which they
Mhm.
can bring out?
I'm very sure. Yes, 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 yes,
Oh,
yes, yes. That's actually it's not so difficult. You
yeah.
see, looking from the body perspective, it just takes to really connect deeply. And you were going to ask me the question about fascia. If we work with the connective tissue, what connects us? And we really connect with it on a felt level, through self-touch or through, focusing. But and also then if we work in pairs or somebody else can touch you in a layer that you were never visiting. So we visit the unknown, and then out of this unknown will pop up something to be treasured, something beautiful. It's like you go into nature, the body is nature. And you go into nature and you go to a place you never were, and you will find a treasure. You will find what this place brings you
Mm.
as something, you can, as a richness that you
Mm.
can integrate in your life.
Yes, the fascia work really feels very attractive, To me,
Mhm.
it's like, okay, this is some connective tissues, this is some deeper
Mhm.
touch, it's very attractive, and the way you talk about it, yeah, it makes me curious, and I hope others too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very powerful and very, I call it disciplined touch, because we learn um, a protocol. We learn to how to touch the fascia
Yes.
and how to listen to it. So the touch is not just a touch, like a mechanical touch or an objectivating touch.
Mm.
It's really a touch that is about tuning in again, listening to what this tissue is calling for, or what this tissue wants to express. What is that this tissue wants to bring out? So again, we find a masculine and feminine in there. So in the core strokes methodology, we have four modules, four steps. The first one I call it rooting core, which is um, connecting with the superficial layer of the fascia. This is just
Mm.
below the skin. It's like your second body. And so we have combining the touch with the breath cycle and many other things, but these are the essentials in the relational field. And then to touch this layer, to listen to where is the collapse,
Mhm.
where is the armoring, so like a plate, like a defense, a hardening, where am I not receptive, or where am I over receptive? I take everything in. So we become aware of all these mechanisms at the level of the tissue. And so, if we can manage to create change, transformation at the level of the tissue, we are just right at the root of the problem. Because if the tissue doesn't change, or if the body doesn't change, and only the cognition changes, for example, oh, I understand my problem now, I've analyzed it, it will not necessarily, you know, be a full transformation of the whole problem. And so in the rooting core, we connect with the whole body through the fascia. The fascia is the greatest sensory organ. So you really build up your self image, your body schema, your proprioception, but also your what we call interoception, which is the sense, better knowing what I feel inside. Do I feel happy? Do I feel warm? Do I feel cold? Do I feel alive, good, etc.
Many times clients tell me, they don't know how they feel.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah, yeah,
it's not so
right.
rare that we are not aware. But can you say
Exactly.
this that working with fascia in this um, let's say in connection with everything that you put together, with the breath and with the awareness, does it help me really to feel myself more?
Yes, it will. Yes, 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 yes. Because you inform, through the receptors in this tissue, you inform your brain. And so if you use your consciousness, and also in the work, that the therapist does with the client, the therapist helps the client to become aware of this part of the body, to give names to it. So whatever, like what parents do with children, they say, this is your nose, this is your cheek. And so it's like a little bit of this, you name, but you name it in a more precise way.
Okay.
So this is where I feel myself. Oh, I can feel my capacity to do that with myself. I can nurture myself. I can feel myself. And it's informed by the tissues informing your brain. The insula, which is a brain part, it's a part of your cortex. And then many emotions can come up also. Emotions don't need to frighten people, but it's like curiosity, it's like that's also an emotion, or the feeling of I care for myself, I start to care for myself, or I feel cared for. So these are emotional circuits that also come alive. And
Mhm.
so when you feel that in interaction with other people, you learn how to care better for yourself. You are kind of yeah, learning new ways to feel yourself, so to know yourself through feeling, and then knowing also how to uh, help yourself, to take care of yourself, to maintain yourself.
Dirk, you also mentioned that all the work is done in the relationship, that the
Mhm.
relationship is important. Is this somehow, and I may be wrong because I don't know, is this somehow also connected with this neurofascial transmission? This is something in the body. Is it
Yeah,
is it important, or how these two interrelate?
yes. So I use this concept, which is neurofascial transformation process,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it requires a neuroaffective uh, touch, a neuroaffective connection.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that as a practitioner, I want to be available. So I
Okay.
am here with you. I'm here, you are there. I feel myself, you feel yourself. I feel you, you feel me. I can, if I can touch you, if we have consent about this, I can feel you now also in your tissue. And so this regulates the nervous system.
Okay.
The autonomic nervous system. So it brings back the sense of security through the relating. And then when we use the eyes are also very important. We use them a lot. So I can see you, you see me. I see that you see me. So
Mhm.
all these kinds of back and forth dialogues and units of recognition we see. Because a stroke is not only a touch stroke, it's also a touch, a unit of recognition through the eyes.
Mm.
Or, for example, when I breathe, maybe you feel already breathing with me.
Yeah, you make me to feel to breathe with you. You know, when
Right.
I
So,
steal
yeah.
like this.
So you want to go with me because we want to like come into the same resonance.
Yes.
So we call this co-regulation.
Mhm.
And this totally happens in the relational field that we really want to strengthen. And
So
then we
can
can use words also to make things conscious. Right? See that when you hold your breath, for example, now let's take a negative example, you're not breathing, that has an effect on me too. I have also a tendency not to breathe.
Mhm.
So if you're in a group room, I'm actually teaching for the moment in a core strokes class, and we were having the example today that in reunions, sometimes people are not breathing, and then it becomes tense. And then if I want to break out of this, I can initiate a breath, and maybe that helps the whole field to become more regulated. And so these are simple tools, simple things you can bring to into your daily life.
So
Uh,
does it help us then to be in the relationship? Because I
yes.
also see in clients and people around me, it's not always easy, you know, like people don't see or they are afraid to be seen, for example.
Mhm.
You know, it's not so easy. Like there is a lot of
Mhm.
richness inside, but it's so much
Mhm.
so difficult to bring it to the relationship. You
Yes.
know, can this work? You know, because it looks like a very basic work, you know, I'm here and you are here and, you know, this is my hand here, you know, it seems very simple, but does it help then people to be more available in relationships?
Exactly, because it's in the simplicity, in the step by step
Yes.
process, not to skip a step,
Mm,
that people can become aware, oh, I'm avoiding the gaze, I'm avoiding the eye contact.
yes.
And then, yeah, to feel in, to listen into that pattern. Oh, maybe I feel shame, maybe I was made to feel shame. Maybe there was just no eye available. There were
Mm,
no eyes available, so I wasn't seen. Maybe I was looked at, which is a different process, or I was judged through the eyes, but I
mm,
have not been really met, for whom I am with the eyes. And so this is a whole learning process for the brain, for the whole body-mind system
mm,
that we bring on little by little.
mm.
And it's in this simplicity, I see you, and
And I
can you
see you.
realize? Yeah, so can you realize it? Can you realize it?
Yes, 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 yes. I feel
Yeah,
seen. I mean it. I feel seen now in our conversation as well.
right. And this is what anyone, with this difficulty to, that has the difficulty of not feeling seen, not even feeling having a right to exist, not even feeling a right to belong,
Mm,
that this can be repaired. It can be easily repaired if we just make it work, step by step.
mm,
And then people who doesn't need this to be seen, to feel recognition that what you have is indeed your, yeah, your treasure. Huh? Your contribution for the world is waiting.
mm.
So we want to see it.
Yeah.
We're looking forward.
Thank you, Dirk. I really appreciate it very much. The time that you spent with me and the way how you present what's coming, you know, what we will experience in Prague. So thank you very much and see you soon.
See you soon, Hannah. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.